Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. I'm the Crypto Game Snob, and in today's video we are taking a look at some additional changes which are classified by the gods team as neither nerf nor buff, but instead simply changes. Let's kick things off. Safeguard Incantation currently looks like this. Draw a card and give ward to each creature in your hand. That seems powerful to me. That being said, so many of Magic's cards already have ward. I don't know. Anyway, the new text is going to perhaps be, and like I say, these are not 100% confirmed. These are being tested, and we may see these. Probably, likely. Anyway, the new text is going to be draw a card, give ward, and protect it to your god. Yeah, that seems kind of useless. So, I'm sorry. Ward and protected for your god is not something I would spend 2 mana on just to draw another card. Yeah, there may be very situational niche uses for this, but I struggle to think of this card being useful. Yeah, I might be wrong. Anyway, number 2, we have Enchanted Chariot. Now, Enchanted Chariot currently looks like this. 1 mana, 2/1 magic card that has a roar of deal 1 damage to an enemy creature. The new text would look like this. Roar. Draw a structure from your deck. Okay. That's actually kind of interesting. So, yeah, instead of just dealing 1 damage to a creature, which we have a lot of those cards in the 1 mana slot that do that exact thing, this would now draw a structure from your deck. So that actually becomes kind of interesting, especially with structure magic decks. Next up, Twisted Talisman. Presently looks like this. Flank. It's a 1 mana deception relic with 1/3, and it has flank. The current text is after you attack a creature with this relic, if the creature survives, swap the creature's strength and health. Weird. That's a weird relic. That's just straight up weird. Potentially very good, but also very weird. Anyway, the new text would be to swap this to ability, swap a creature's strength and health, give minus durability to this relic. So you can basically do the exact same thing, but without attacking. Okay, well there you have it. Next up, oh, and also we have a change from 1/3 to 0/2. So basically you can use this twice. So this is kind of your Manosian infiltrator of relics. Good for potentially swap your creature's strength with health. But good for potentially dealing with pyramid wardens, right, or something like that. Yeah, anyway, interesting. Twisted Talisman. Next up, we have the Blazing Talisman. This presently looks like this. Give all enemy creatures burn +1 and give all enemy creatures burn +1. And then give -1 durability to this relic as an ability. The new text would look like this. After an enemy creature attacks your god, give it burn +1. And when a creature with burn dies, give all of your creatures +1 regen. Interesting. So, when does this thing have its durability used? Ability, yeah, I don't know. Does it have its durability used up? I'm not sure. So it's changing to a 0/1, basically, from a change mana from 3 to 2, and change stats to 0 to 1, and then you basically just have this equipped, and every time your god gets attacked, that actually is very interesting. All of a sudden, that's kind of interesting because that would be a serious deterrent for any creatures attacking your god. You can play this at mana 2. And whenever your god gets attacked, you basically have guaranteed to kill the attacking creature eventually. Maybe not immediately, but eventually. And you also get regen. Whenever a burn creature dies, give your creatures +1 regen. That suddenly, all of a sudden, very, very interesting. And you can actually see this price has spiked up quite a bit from around the 9-cent mark to the 30-cent mark. Yeah, I would use this. I would definitely try that out. That's interesting. Okay, next up we have the Lightning Talisman. The Lightning Talisman currently looks like this. It's a 3 mana magic card with 1/3, and after your god attacks a creature with this relic, give that creature at the end of your turn deal 2 damage to a random friendly character. So basically this damages your opponent's side whenever their creature attacks. After your god attacks with a relic. I have never used this one, so I'm just reading this one out. That being said, Lightning Talisman would be changed to a 0/3 and get the text. After your god is damaged, deal 2 damage to the strongest enemy creature and 1 damage to the weakest enemy creature. After your god is damaged, deal 2 damage to the strongest enemy creature and 1 damage to the weakest enemy creature. Interesting. So this is again sort of that sort of don't hit me or else you're going to suffer for it sort of answer to things. Down to 3 mana. So basically this is kind of interesting. After your god is damaged, deal 2 damage to the strongest enemy creature and 1. So every time your god gets hit for up to three hits, it's kind of reflecting back 3 damage. So I don't know, that's suddenly interesting. That would deter a lot of early game attacks potentially, right? Yeah, interesting. That could be really problematic when I think about it. You can see the price of that has indeed spiked up. Yeah, I guess people are anticipating this potentially becoming very good. I can see this being super annoying for early aggro decks against Magic. Yeah. Anyway, so let's see what's next. The Glaring Talisman. So many talismans. The Glaring Talisman currently looks like this. It's a 4 mana 3/3 with after your god attacks a creature with this relic, give order 3 to that creature. So yet another order mechanism. This would be changed from mana 4 to mana 2, and it'd also be changed from a 3/3 to a 0/3, and it would get the text after an enemy creature attacks your god, give order 3 to that creature and then -1 durability to this relic. So basically whatever hits your god becomes well, unable to play for the next turn and a half. So an interesting way to deter damage, just kind of straight up. It sort of seems like all of the gods are getting their talismans that are designed to sort of deter attacks, basically. That's an interesting thing because all the gods are getting one, right? So it kind of is sort of an interesting shift in the meta. Maybe that early game aggro this is sort of maybe designed to be a counter to really early game aggro, perhaps. I'm not sure exactly, but it's certainly interesting that we're getting a lot of these reflective, reactive sort of talismans. Plague Talisman, I have a feeling it's going to be the same thing. Currently it's a 4 mana 1/2 with after you damage a creature with this relic, if the creature survives, transform it into a zombie, which is, you know, potentially very interesting. The new text would be the stats would change to a 0/3, so kind of the same as what we've been seeing here, 0/3, 0/3, 0/2, 0/3. And the new text would be ability, Umbral Plague. Ability, give a creature at the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to both gods and -1 durability to this relic. Interesting. That's weird. That's a weird one. That's just weird. I guess it's kind of good for God, for Death, because Death sometimes likes to get their health down, and bringing down your opponent's God at the same time as your own health is going down is probably the best way to do it, really. I mean, sometimes, it really depends. Anyway, Rolling Thunder. Okay, let's look at Rolling Thunder. Rolling Thunder currently is a 7 mana, summon 2 3/3 Thunder colors, and if you are frenzied, summon 3 instead. Okay, so the new text would be... now summon 2 3/3 Thunder colors, and if you're frenzied, draw the strongest Viking in your deck and reduce its cost by 1. So you would, yeah, basically get the strongest Viking in your deck and have its cost reduced by 1, exactly as it says there. I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess this could be potentially very good. What are some of the strongest Vikings? Are there any super strong, like 8 mana Vikings that you could bring down to, you know, 7 mana or 9 mana Vikings? I don't know. I'd have to take a look at that. That's kind of an interesting idea. Next up we have a Righteous Apparition with backline ability, give order 3 to an enemy creature. The new text would be backline ability, give order 2 to an enemy creature. So it's lost 1 point of order, which means it'll be a little bit more difficult for Light to permanently use this card to just kind of keep your opponent entirely locked up. I had that happen a couple of times. This card was just so good at stacking order every turn. It just, you know, locks up the entire board so well. So basically your opponent gets to play it, and then you're locked up for 1 turn, and then by the time he's ready to go again, he has to either lock up the same creature again for it to not be free from order, or he's just got to yeah, choose something else, whatever. Anyway, Ghost Form. Here we have one of the, I think, my most useless cards. One that I've never really used, Ghost Form. Currently, this is a 2 mana, give order 10 to a creature in your hand and draw a card. That actually doesn't sound terrible. I mean, I guess there could be some situational use for that. But the new text would be give order 2 to a creature and draw a card. So just a little bit of an order mechanic for Magic, also a card draw. I don't see that as being great. You can also see the price of that has come way, way down, so I guess most people agree that doesn't sound great. Ring of the Siren, that's our next one here. Ring of the Siren currently is a 3 mana 0/4 with the ability give a creature order 1 and give -1 durability to this relic. This is kind of I don't know. I've never used this one. Anyway, the new text would be give a creature order 2 and -1 durability to this relic. Change also the stats change from a 0/4 to a 0/3, so you get a little bit more order out of that. Yeah, order 1 seemed a little funny. Like, what do you do with the order 1? I don't know. I guess there are some things you could do with that. But anyway, this would be changed to give 2 order. Anyway, that is a look at the up-and-coming changes, and also apparently I fixed a magnetic blast, which makes it now possible to target unarmored creatures. I guess perhaps there was a bug before that you could. I don't know. I never used that one. Anyway, that's a look at the up-and-coming changes. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. See ya in the next one. And for even more Gods Unchained content, don't forget to follow my buddy's channel, Crypto Mike. He's linked in the description below.